This 80,000 silver build is going to annoy the crap out of your opponents. And while you're just laughing there, taking their loot after they die, it only costs you 80k per set to actually annoy the crap out of them and still get decent wins. So I'm talking about the one-hand holy corrupted dungeon build, which is again 80k in total. Look at this. Not even 78k actually. I lied. I'm sorry. It's 78k. It's 78k and it's so good that I will create another video for the person who we basically trolled for 10 minutes. He wasted over 150,000 silver in that fight in potions and food. But here is the build for you. All right, it is the Holy Staff. It's a 4.1. Everything's 4.1 here. You can even forgo the bag, really, if you're trying to save money. But for the Holy Staff, this is the skills that you need. The Smite, you have your Sacred Pulse, your Desperate Prayer, and your Adrenaline-Driven Charity, which is the first passive. Your Smite ability, if you're not familiar, it deals damage, and it adds another charge to your opponent. So it deals damage, and it also deals another extra debuff, which when they take an additional damage, you deal more damage. So there's that. There's like a two-stage combo here. You have the Smite, and you have the buff, the debuff on your opponent. When you hit them, you deal an additional 75 damage. So this is mainly your damage dealer. This is where like 90% of your damage is going to come from your Qs, but also your W, which is the Sacred Pulse. Sacred Pulse also does deal damage, 281 damage, not that high, just a tad higher than this for the base, just a tad higher. It does knock back your opponent by 11 meters, and it does heal you as well for 74. So you don't really use this for heals. Yeah, you don't really mainly use this for heals, mainly just to create separation from your opponent. Okay, for the Desperate Prayer, this is your E. You self-cast by pressing Alt and then E. You self-cast on yourself. It heals you, and there are two stages here. If your health is above 40%, it only heals you 184, but if it's below 40%, it heals you 405 health. Again, there's also a second stage in this one, similar to the first skill, which is if your current health is above 40% and you use your E ability, it actually gives you that buff. The Healing Cast, the Desperate Prayer buff, it gives you 5% extra, and it does actually stack up to 3 times. So during the fight, you can technically have like 15% more healing and 20% more healing with your Adrenaline-Driven Charity, which is your first passive. Every 4 spell cast increases your healing by 20% for 3 whole seconds. So that's your main hand. For the offhand, you want to go with Tome of Spell. The Tome of Spell increases your max energy and increases your energy regeneration. Plus, it increases your cast time reduction by 16%. So that means you cast faster on your Q ability because your Q does have a cast time of, I believe, 0.5 base. Let's look at that. Yeah, 0.5 base, but if you have the Tome of Spell, it gets reduced to 0.42. And this also will help you with the energy regeneration to the max energy because you're not using a Limberscape. This is an 80k build, 78k, so you're not going to use any Limberscape or any capes, any faction capes for that matter. We are going to use the Hunter Hood for our hood. This is also one of the ways you can deal damage is through Reflect. Reflecting this increases your damage resistance by 55 for 3 seconds, and of course that most importantly reflects 85% of the incoming damage as magical damage. For the jacket, I honestly like the Mercenary jacket. I know that the Assassin jacket actually does increase your attack bonus and physical bonus by 10% more, but I think the armor here is more important. So you can heal yourself. That is the main thing about this build. You can heal yourself, so having the extra armor, I think, is more important than having higher damage because you get to sustain more. This is more of like waiting for your opponent to die rather than killing them. There's a difference. All right, so the Inferno Shield is what you are going to need for your Mercenary jacket, which increases your damage resistance by 66 for 8 whole seconds. And most importantly, reflects 38% of the incoming damage as magical damage. So you also want to use the first passive for this one to increase your healing and defense. Same with the Hunter Hood, you also want the Balanced Mind. For the boots, you actually want the Sandals of Purity. This is one of the more expensive part of this build. It's a 30k. I know, 30k, super expensive, shocker. So 30k for this one. This is what you want, the hover on your boots. The hover on your boots increases your movement speed by 60%. And more importantly, it actually immunes you to roots and slows. So this is how it works. You just hover, just don't be trigger happy and spam your F, because it actually gets triggered again. If you trigger it again while channeling, it will cancel it. So doing this and you press it again, it will get canceled. And if you press S, it will get canceled as well. The good thing about this is it increases your movement speed by 60%, immunes you to roots and slows, but it has 10 seconds cooldown. And it does hover for 3 seconds. And while you're hovering, look at the screen right there. It is actually cooling down. So you can use this every 7 seconds, basically. And it's good for basically just going over like the slowy traps, like the tar traps for the mobs. Immunes you to that, immunes you to the howl of the mob that slows you down, and immunes you to roots as well from like Grail Seekers that you're going to see in another video, in Cursed Skulls, any roots, Ray of Light, things like that. And again, once again, the cape is regular cape, 3200 silver. Healing pots, you can go tier 4. Honestly, tier 4 is more than enough. You have heals on your W and your E anyways. This is just sort of like a backup. And also another backup is a Gigantify Potion. Sometimes you want to use Gigantify Potion for some builds that have a lot of force movement, so you can just brawl. The star of the show though really is this, the Thunderfall Lurcher Sandwich. This increases your health by 10.87% and increases your healing received by 9.5%. So that means the healing that you get from this, the healing that you get from this is affected, and it will heal 10%, 9.5% more, plus on top of the 10% more health that you have. So once again, this is a very cheap build. If you are starting in Stalker Corrupted Dungeons and you just want to get in there, try to see if Corrupted Dungeon is for you, I highly recommend this. Basically minimal specs. I have minimal specs in this one. I have 64 there. I have 35 and 13 and basically nothing in everywhere else. So yeah, this is a 78k build. Even if you die multiple times, it doesn't even really it's not even going to matter. And yeah, you are going to annoy every single one of your opponents. And don't be surprised if you actually receive a lot of salty messages. So I hope you enjoy this video for the fights. And I'll see you next time. Visit us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Burnstone. I prefer Oh, a legendary? Our first chest? Oh my gosh, it's actually really good. This is not good. This is not good at all. It's a great fire.
I've been scoring cheap days.
Oh, it's on Q3 too.
You burn me, caution, warning. I've been scoring. I've been scoring. I've been scoring. Caution, warning. I've been scoring. Cheap deals, warn me. Blah blah.
Oh no.
Caution, warning. I've been scoring.
I can't even reach him. What? Am I lagging or is he lagging? What is happening here?
Why are you testing me? Can't be investing no time in this. Team so focused, we are balling the butter rim. I used to pull forward, addicted down my stomach all in a twist. I had to dish the cup. Yeah.
Why is everyone hitting?
I had some real dark days. Not days are looking real positive. Ones who I peel part ways. I don't need no parts of friends.
Why is everyone hitting?
Lifestyle getting real. Lifestyle is a handful. Only one dog. That's a fact, that's a case closed. Do roll, then I lay low. Wake up and do it every day. Nah. Come around like rah.
Did you just eat?
Talking all that blah blah. I've been scoring. Cheap deals, bore me. Blah blah, you bore me. Caution, warning. I've been scoring.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. That's 3 times our set, boys.
Talk, but you never do. That's waste. You can fool your fam, you can fool the gram, never fooling me. That's fake. I don't trick tricks, all money in for the legacy. I am great. Heard you got the drip, that's temporary. Where's your assets? Oh wait, that's real talk. Full plate, that meal talk. I've been building for the past 5, breaking ground, that's drill talk. Let's wait. Real loss. Heard you talking on the pill talk. Wanna be like your favorite rap, but your favorite rap feeling real off. Made 3-piece, that's back to back like Drizzy now. We the champs going back to back like Mike.
Let's go.
They sleep.
Let's go. What the heck just happened there?
No weakness when I work.
This guy's just so lucky.
Nah. Come around like rah. Talking all that blah. I've been scoring. Cheap deals, burn me. Blah. You burn me. Caution, warning. I've been scoring. Caution, warning.
Yeah, I'm into that. GG, sir. GG.
I was starving, now I'm eating till my belly full. From up north, we get cold, you need a heavy coat. Scared to end up on a shirt before a centerfold. Devil on my back, target on me daily too. Play for keeps, don't tweet. It's not peace, don't speak. 24, no sleep. This is real, no tweet. My bros for life, can't break this link. Family on my side, baby stay around me. I don't want no combo, I want checks. I don't want the second, I want this. I'm all in my ass way, I'm a wreck. I've been moving like a hot mess. I don't want no combo, I want checks. I don't want the second, I want this. I'm all in my ass way, I'm a wreck. I've been moving like a hot mess. Want that combo, better know you'll need a check from me. Can pay to play, the sun still won't get a cent from me. I mix the fit up with the salt like it's a remedy. I mix it up inside the pot, watch it drip while it drop. Time to take it to the top. Chips all in the middle like it fall, no I won't flop. We gon' pop like a soda can top. To me this is nothing, call my bluff and I won't stop when I flex. I don't want no combo, I want checks. I don't want the second, I want best. By any means, that's a triple threat. Yeah, this is getting bigger, I might flex. I don't want no combo, I want checks. I don't want the second, I want best. I'm all in my ass way, I'm a wreck. I've been moving like a hot mess. I don't want no combo, I want checks. I don't want the second, I want best.
Let's go. Let's go.